Yeah, man, it was a tough game for us, especially in the second half. I felt like, in the Florida game, especially early in the first half, we were fighting, we were doing a good job of staying with it, coming back, and then I felt like, we had a lot of mistakes that a good team like that, um, you do that, the league can get away quick, and I felt like that's what happened. Some ill-advised turnovers, some bad shots, some offensive rebounds, some not smart fouls. It just kind of leads to those guys, veteran like that, making plays. And I think it's a great learning opportunity for us. Our first game here against IUPUI, we lost it. We figured it out. Came back next couple games and figured it out. So that's what I told the guys is, and we got to respond, and we got to grow up. And I think we will. But we got to have some heart-to-heart conversations. Some of our young guys got to grow up. It's over. It's no excuses now. We got to make plays. Our bench has to give us something. Give us something off the bench. And obviously Brody just owned us today. So we got to be upset. We got to lock in and have some solid post defense and come out and respond against Belmont, which is another good team. So I think these guys would do it. I mean, I look in their eyes in the locker room and they competed, but we just got to be smarter. And we got to do a good job of, when we go to our bench, giving some of our starters some rest and giving us a boost. And we will. But, we don't want to get used to losing here. It has to hurt, and it does. And so I'm excited to see how we respond. Excited to see kind of how these guys will be tomorrow in practice and see how these guys will be on the road next game.
Isaiah, this series really about growth. He keeps saying we're going to grow, we're going to grow. How do you take that as how can you grow from a game like this?
I really got to grow in my leadership. I feel like it was times where they got on a run and it was people like we were spread it apart instead of coming together. So I feel like I got to grow vocally as a leader and also just have better game management. I feel like in the second half. Other the games that we've lost, other teams has controlled the game better. So I feel like that's where I have to step in as being an upperclassman and help control the game a little bit more.
Cooper, your first Valley game, how did this differ from some of the other games that you played in so far?
I mean, it's kind of the same thing. I mean, it's nothing crazy. We played Illinois. I would say it's just another average basketball game, but just tougher. Bigger, obviously, you got to be more physical and just be smarter overall on offense and defense.
Roger, were there things from the Illinois game that looked like this? I mean, kind of like Illinois, they went on a run probably 6 or 7 minutes into the second half. This one again was kind of 6 or 7 minutes into the second half. Is it is that a trend? I guess
I don't know if it's a trend. I mean, it's 2 games. We had a bunch of games here that we kind of were in the same situation that we were able to come out and win it. So I think it's just something we got to really lock into. And I think the big thing is, just when we go to the bench, we have to keep it steady, and not try to make crazy plays and take care of the ball. And that that is 100%, I think, just a sign of, inexperience at youth. I mean, that's what it is. But with that being said, you got to figure it out, and I love the fact that, we responded, multiple times after a loss, and I think we will, I mean, these are great adverse situations for our guys to have to, learn from and then go and respond, and I think they'll respond. But I wouldn't say it's a trend because we just won back-to-back games. In the second half there was runs and we were down, and then we lost a lead and we were able to figure it out. So, just gotta grow.
I haven't asked about these two, but in terms of bench, you've got 2 guys, Cooper and Lawal, who are Connor and Lawal, Connor and Lawal, who are out right now. Is any time frame for either one of those guys, or is that? Can you get reserves coming?
Yeah, I hope so. Obviously Connor, he's dealt with injuries most of his career, so I'm hoping that he can, get back and give us something. But I'm trying to lock into the guys I got, and whenever we're able to get him back on the court, get him back in shape. He's been out for a while. Hopefully he'll be able to give us something, make some threes, and give us some experience, and then Luau's going to take some time. He's still going to take some time. He started running, but he's going to take some time. But you know what? We got who we have, and we got to figure out what we have. And big thing is, like, guys that didn't really have roles last year, they got roles this year, and we got to depend on them. And one thing I'll say about Darius, I mean, Darius came out and he was 3 for 7. He had 11 points and 5 assists, and I mean that's huge for Darius. I think Darius is growing, and we just got to continue to give him to grow. It's just, he has 2 freshmen coming in after him, and so unfortunately, I have to try to roll with him as these guys develop and they get more comfortable coming in games like that, especially in the second half, and making plays and helping us kind of keep a lead or build our lead.
You stole kind of my question there. I was going to ask about Darius. Just when you see him knock down those threes, now that's going to probably change the way that people are going to have to pay attention to him, guard him. Just how nice is it to see him have some success from the perimeter?
Man, I'm so happy for him. Obviously I wish we won, but I definitely see growth. I've given him a ton of confidence, and we're going to need that, especially going forward. So we just got to dig deep. We got to keep working, and we got to get our bench ready to step it up. And they've had. I mean, last game we had 2 of those guys made huge plays late in the game to win the game for us. So it's not like they haven't done it, but conference, number 1 team in the league coming in. I mean, maybe some jitters. They've never been in situations like this, so got to grow up.
And Isaiah, I'll end with this. Free throws, just can that get contagious after a while? I think you guys started 0-7 in the second half. Just is that something that builds a little bit?
No, I don't feel like it's that. I just feel like it's a loss of focus. You got to zone in at the line, like they call it their free throws. So they're free, like no defense. So it's just a lack of focus, lack of taking time, and lack on the opportunity.